Okay, so I did. I started this video, and I think it's in like 5 parts. But I was like, doing the shorts really don't. I think I should turn the light on, shouldn't I? Let me see. Doing the shorts, they don't seem to. Yeah, I think that's better. They don't seem to give you the time you need to really express or explain the story. So, here's the deal. So I have a friend, right? So she discussed with her man ways that they can make money. Both of them work. That's true. And from the outside looking in, it might seem like they got a pretty decent life. But he verbally demeans her, right? And he tries to apologize and it hurt her. So she often called and she said, I don't even know if I want to stay in a relationship because my weight is such a big factor. And I said, well, you gotta love yourself. You can't allow a man to steal your joy. Um, but it's really affecting her. It's really affecting her. And I try to talk to her about it. I'm not sorry, y'all. I'm getting a cold and just waking up and all kind of stuff. But I don't know. Who I don't know. I'm asking you all though. After you've heard the story, I mean, leave a comment. Leave a comment. Cause like I told her, I said, they have guys that love women your size. Yeah, she not like, and then to me, she's not bad built. She proportioned properly. At least that's what the men tell her. But this one particular guy who she just seemed to be head over heels for, I don't think he feel the same way about her. And that's what's so sad about it. She give her all, and every day he find a way to tear her down. And when she mentioned it, he say stuff to her like, sometimes I wish you just didn't even know how to talk. You know how that gotta hurt her, right? Because who could stand that? You know what I'm saying? Who could stand it? It is disrespectful. So we talk all the time, and I try to console her the best way I can. But it's really I think it's starting to affect my soul at this point. I pray for her, but I don't know why she taking it. Like, do she feel like she can't do no better? I think she could. She actually brought a lot to the table from what I could see in their relationship. But I guess he tells her she pretty much ain't shit. And maybe that constant mental abuse is beating her down and is doing something to her. I can't imagine that it's not. Years ago, I was in an abusive relationship. It's water, y'all. Um, I was in an abusive relationship. And so I get it. I get it. And I want her to save herself because life ain't waiting on nobody. The stuff that he say is like, well, when you lose weight, we'll take pictures and put it on Instagram or Facebook or wherever you want to put them. So she told him, well, if weight is such a factor, why are you even with me? I just be playing, but I really want you to be healthy and this and that. And so she tried to explain to him, no matter what the situation is, right? She'll love him unconditionally. No matter whether it's whether he gained 200 pounds, can't walk. She was like, it don't matter. She told him, she said, I love you unconditional, and I notice you don't love me the same. She said, so she needed to rethink and reevaluate her life, and I don't blame her, because guess what? For somebody to be hurt every day, and he called her all kind of names without giving a thought that you might hurt her, how fucked up are you? The fact that he's demeaning her daily, right? Me personally, I think it's saying more about him than it is her. She might have a weakness or some uncertainty or insecurity, true. But guess what? He's really not helping. But he liked to believe he brought so much to the table in her life, and all this and that. I don't know how when he don't talk to her. When he talk, he got something fucked up to say to her. You know? Yeah. Oh, so I started telling you this. He has a, he got a woman in his phone that pops up periodically. I don't know how iPhones work. I don't have one. But some kind of way she sees it. She said something about it a few times in his phone. The lady name is wife, yeah. And for her name is just 3 initials. What else? He got pictures with her on Facebook and all kind of different things, and you know she brought that to his she brought that to his attention, and you know what? If I could find a picture, I'm gonna get her to send it. Now I'm gonna black out the person's face though, because guess what? That'll just be bad. And then I'm gonna put a picture of her and this one next to each other. And I'm gonna let y'all be the judge of who is better looking and better bodied. Now that's the thing. For some reason he just was so in love with her and this and that. And he said he don't love her no more. And I mean, I don't know if it's true or not. It's not my business, but when you have a friend that's going through these type of things, you know, what can you tell her to get her to leave him alone? Because I don't see him being for her, you know. I really don't. Do he cheat? I don't know. I don't know, do he cheat? I know one time she got his phone and saw he was inboxing other women. And the one lady I'm talking about, I think it was Mother's Day, he texted her and told her, Happy Mother's Day. Yeah, can you believe that? And she said, why are you doing that? Y'all don't even have kids together. He told her something about, we didn't end on bad terms. Like, really? Y'all didn't end on bad terms. Once again, you still not thinking about the woman that came all the way from where she was to be with you. Like, the lady gave up her life, you know, to see about you and be there for you, and she's not getting the same. She's not getting the same. And you know what's crazy, right, about excuses? Everybody got one. But the thing is, I said, you know, you should remind him. Remind him of all you gave up to be with this nigga. And she said, I tried to, but I don't want to just keep rubbing it in his face. So I said, rubbing it in his face, but he tell you shit like you dumb on the daily. Shouldn't you be the one to tell him, I guess I am dumb. I left what I had to come be with you. A person that don't value me, you disrespect me. And sure enough, I know he don't say he using her, but I know she got to know it. I know she got to know it. She relinquished some of her control, and I don't think she should have. I don't think she should have. But she have. And it's horrible. It's horrible. She don't sleep good. At one time, she had kind of stopped drinking. I think now she drank a pint, not every day, but at least 3 times a week. And she says mainly to help her sleep. That's crazy. Because her thoughts is always racing, and she said she'll just randomly cry. And I'm like, why you crying? She said because he often say stuff to her like, you know, my mom older, and I'm glad I could be here for her. So she get that too, but she said, wow. She said when he say that to me, all she could do is cry. And I said, what'll make you cry about that? I mean, that sounds like something happened to me, right? Well, she said what makes her cry about it is because she's estranged from her children. You know, like, her children love her, but she haven't spent time with them. all together in a while. All of them grown. And she want to. So it's almost like her, I guess it's like she feel like he rubbing it in her face that, hey, I got my mom. Her mom's dead, though, from what I understand. I didn't know her then. But, I don't know. So then you ask, so I said, well, hey, what is it? What is it he has, what has he done? What has he done to make you love him? I don't know. She tried to think about an answer, and she'll come up with some shit that don't mean to curse. That really don't add up to a hill of beans, in my book. But she tried to say little stuff, but even in her saying it, I don't see the love. I see a man who's selfish, not understanding to her feelings at all, very disrespectful. He calls her fat. Can you imagine, though? She came to him with an idea and said, we can make videos and TikToks and, in our free time from work and, just different stuff, and we could get us some extra money. And he laughed. He was like, yeah, that sound good. But when you lose weight, then we'll make sure we be everywhere. So she was happy and upbeat, she said, right. So then she just instantly, got real low and real quiet. And so I guess they was in the kitchen cooking together. And she was hungry. But she had grabbed a bag of chips, too. And she said, well, I don't want the chips no more. So he said, well, why you don't want the chips? She was like, I got enough on my plate right here. So I guess then either he didn't care or he didn't catch it. I don't know. So then it was... They laid down, they started watching a movie, and she was real quiet. He, being talkative and laughing. And he said, you all right? You all right, And she kept saying, yeah. She said she kept saying, yeah. Because she said she didn't want to mess up his day. And then she said, but she couldn't hold it no more. She couldn't hold it no more because she laid there and she started crying. So then he saw her wiping her eyes, and that's what made him say, no, you not all right. And she was like, no, I'm not, because I'm tired of you telling me I need to lose weight. I'm tired of you throwing your mom in my face, just different stuff. I mean, mind you, everybody got flaws. Hell, people watching this video, whoever get to see this video, you who watching it got flaws. But I believe this too. I think it's all into those that it's got to be somebody that love you unconditional and willing to be there through good, bad